Alright folks, opening day is just around the corner, and it's time to make our predictions for the 2019 NFL season. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the two New York teams, two different videos, the two New York teams. We're going to start it off here with the 2019 New York Giants. So let's take a look here as the Giants are going to kick off their season. As we all know, there's the schedule in front of you. Kicking off the season in Dallas. They'll, of course, then have their home opener in Buffalo after that. Not an easy schedule, especially they're going into the early part of October with Minnesota and New England sitting there. And then, of course, very interesting to see that stretch drive in November. You have Dallas, the Jets, the Bears, Packers, and then going into you have the Eagles twice in 4 weeks to end the season. So not going to be an easy schedule. And of course, as I mentioned in the last video, the big question for the Giants is going to be, what is going to be the status with the quarterback situation? Which one of these games will be Daniel Jones' debut as a starting quarterback of the New York Giants? Or will it even happen this year? Who knows? Maybe Eli Manning will surprise us all and keep his job for the entire season and get the Giants maybe into some contention, wildcard contention this year. So week one, the Giants go up against the Dallas Cowboys, and I have that chalked up as a loss. Now, I know the Cowboys don't have Ezekiel Elliott. He may not be there. I know the talks are intensifying between the Cowboys and Elliott for a contract, but let's just assume he's not going to be there week one. Still, this is like the 1,000th straight year the Cowboys and the Giants have opened up the season against one another. And as usual, it always ends up being an ugly game, low scoring, kind of boring, and the Dallas Cowboys always find a way to get a win. So I'll give the Cowboys a win on opening day against the New York Football Giants. Week two, the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Bills will be playing now back-to-back games in the Meadowlands. They will play the Jets week one. They stick around and play the Giants week two. I'll give the Giants a victory. Even though the Giant defense isn't that great, they have a lot of problems. I think they could probably force a couple of turnovers against Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Bills, who can be a little erratic at times. He can't move around with his legs, so the Giants have to be wary of that. I think it could get a big day from Saquon Barkley. Week two, home opener, Giants probably should get a win against the Bills. Week three, now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and I know you see it there, win 2-1, but I think the Giants can go out there and beat the Buccaneers. I don't know what to expect with the Buccaneers this year. You know, Bruce Arians, the head coach, good head coach. I think things will eventually work out in Tampa Bay. I just don't trust Jameis Winston. You know what? I think the Giants can go down there. Maybe they catch a little lightning in a bottle, win a couple of games in a row, get people kind of excited here to start the season, and the Giants will be on their way to a 2-1 start to the season. Now, week four, before I go into who wins this game week four, there's always this game during the year. I don't care who the Giants play, that the Giants have no business losing to, and they find a way to lose. That's right, I'm giving them a loss to the Redskins. What am I doing? That's right, the Giants are going to lose to the Redskins. And I think the Redskins could be the worst team in this division. But keep in mind, it's a divisional game. You're coming off of two straight wins against Buffalo and Tampa Bay. Maybe the Giants feeling a little bit too giddy about themselves. They're not a perfect team. Neither one of these two teams is that good. I could see it happening. Maybe we won't see Dwayne Haskins in this game yet for Washington. It will be Case Keenum, which certainly gives the Giants a better chance. But I'll give them a loss. I have a feeling it's just going to be one of those weird games during the course of the season. Anyway, Minnesota going to be a tough one at home. Kirk Cousins coming into town with the Vikings. The Vikings are going to be a contender this year for sure in the playoffs, trying to erase the memory of last year's disaster. Giants will take a loss; they'll drop to 2-3. Then in week number 6, the Giants head on the road, short week to New England, and they're going to wish they didn't have a short week. In fact, they're going to wish they didn't head over there. Patriots are going to win this game. Tom Brady is going to throw for 1 million yards. He's going to throw for 4 or 5 touchdowns. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. Patriots are going to win this game. Giants get the 2-4, and you can hear the drum beat already, folks, at 2-4. I talked about it in the last video. As soon as if the Giants find themselves in this kind of situation where they're 2-4, you are going to hear the call for Daniel Jones to come in and take over as the quarterback of this team. You know that. I know that. We all know that. It will happen so quickly with Arizona coming up on the docket. Maybe. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they stick with Eli Manning for a little while longer. And good thing they do, because they get a win against the Arizona Cardinals. Eli throws for 3 touchdowns. Looks good. Offense looks pretty good. The Giants outlast a bad awful, hideous Arizona Cardinals team. 3-4, the Giants going into their next matchup in Detroit. And again, this is just one of those games that's just going to be tricky. I think the Lions, for whatever reason, last year proved that they are a pretty tricky team at home. They won a couple of games at home that probably had no business winning, like the game against New England. I don't know what we're going to get out of them this year. I'm not a big fan of them, not a big fan of what they have, not a big Matt Stafford guy. I don't know. This could be a win, but I'll chuck it up as a loss because it just like the Redskins game, it could be just one of those games. You just sit there and scratch your head wondering, how the heck did we lose this game? That could be that game again on October 27th in Detroit. So the Giants now 3-5, and the drumbeat again continues. What do the Giants do? Eli or Daniel Jones? Eli or Daniel Jones? Here come the Cowboys. Oh my God, the Giants' season is going to come apart at the seams, and oh my goodness, the Giants get a win. I don't know what, look, folks, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big believer in the Cowboys this year. And I know the Cowboys won the division last year. I know they got, obviously, a lot of talent from Dak Prescott, obviously, and Ezekiel Elliott and Mari Cooper. I understand all that. Jason Witten now back out of retirement. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I get it. Cowboys are a lot more talented than the Giants are, but I don't know. You have the Cowboys are this weird team. They have these games where they just sometimes just don't show up, and I could see that. I know it's a divisional game. I could see that being a somewhat close game, and I just have a funny feeling Giants could win that game. Maybe my sense will change by the time we get there. Maybe I'll say, oh no, the Giants are going to lose this game when we do our picks at that point in the year. But for right now, I'll say the Giants win this game, get to 4-5. Now the big game, and this is the reason why I say it's the big game, not the Dallas game. But here are the Giants at 4-5, still somewhat in the mix, and then Eli Manning, I think, will put up a stinker against the Jets. That's right. Even though the Jets are a bit of a work in progress themselves, and they got issues on defense, my goodness, with the linebacker and corner situation, not very good for Gang Green. But I'm going to say the Jets find a way to win the battle in the Meadowlands and knock the Giants to 4-6. And to me, this will be the game that will determine not just the Giants' fate in the playoffs, but also Eli Manning's fate as well. And I think we could see a Daniel Jones sighting in this game. And maybe after the bye week, because the Giants do go into a bye week after this game, if they are 4-6, that could be the defining moment of Eli Manning and Daniel Jones' seasons right there. So we'll see what happens. But Giants then decide, hey, look, we're going to go with Daniel Jones. Our season's pretty much over, and yeah, now it's really, really over. Go into Chicago, lose to Chicago, 4-7. Get Green Bay at home. Aaron Rodgers, not a chance, sorry, 4-8. And at Philadelphia, hey, why not? Carson Wentz, is he going to be still playing? Is he going to be healthy at this point of the year? I think he will be. 4-9, 3 straight losses for Big Blue as they're 4-9, and the Daniel Jones experiment not looking as fun as it did in the preseason, as the Giants' season pretty much over at this point. Then come in the Dolphins, who are just hoping to get the number 1 pick, and the Giants find a way to get a win. They beat the Dolphins, who improved now to 5-9 on the season. And then we go Week 16, a couple days before Christmas, and Daniel Jones gives the Giants a nice Christmas present. A win in Washington, D.C. against Dwayne Haskins. Battle of first-round picks. Who's better, Haskins or Jones? And we'll give Jones a bit of an edge. This may surprise some people there. These two teams are going to split one way or the other, Giants and Redskins. But we'll just give the Giants the win here on the road in D.C. December 26th, 2nd. And then, do the Eagles play? Do they play everybody? I think the Eagles are going to win this division in the NFC East anyway. Do they play everybody? Do they need the game for a bye week? What's going to be the case here with Philadelphia going into the Meadowlands? And not going to happen. Giants are going to end up losing this game, be somewhat competitive. Eagles need it. They're going to play guys, and their Giants will fall to 6-10 on the year. So that's my prediction for the Giants in 2019. I have the Giants finishing at 6-10 in 2019. Remember, folks, to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/OpenMicProgram. Twitter, @OpenMicNJ on Twitter, and also like and subscribe right here to the Sports Talk Nation.